kind of hobnoppy. I want to welcome everyone back to the Autonomous Party Genealogy 101. And I'm your host, Opemiha. And we are continuing on with the Land and Acres edition. So, as you can see on the screen, we'll go ahead and jump right in. We have the Tan family listed. So, just like with the other few episodes, I'm kind of going in reverse with this. So we made it into the T's. I'm gonna try to keep this no longer than 30 minutes for you, so I'm not holding you here all day. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And let's go ahead. So what I wanted to do real quick is just on each one of these families, if I can give some context before we get into how much land people had. I want to do that real quick. So a lot of you seen the video that I did on the Tan family, who they all descend from this one man named John Kiko Tan. And it says he was born about 1636, had been the slave of the whole family of Charles City County, Virginia for about 29 years on October 14, 1665, when he appealed to the government and council of Virginia for his freedom. So if you remember me covering this, we ended up seeing that this name actually goes back to an actual Indian tribe, even though they said he was a Negro. When we trace back the name, it actually comes from a tribe of Indians out of Virginia. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our first person here. So when we switch to a new family, I'll make the reference to that. But for now, we're with the Tan family. So this is William Tan, born, say, 1732, named in a memorial of 13th of November, 1771, as having title to 550 acres on Jeffries Creek in Craven County, South Carolina. Then it says apparently the land which belonged to Anthony Tan in 1749. And again, here in these brackets, this is where you can go and highlight this information and do your own research. So this is a source for this information. Let's go ahead and skip to the next Tan family member. All right, so now we have Thomas Tan. It says Thomas purchased 100 acres adjoining Allen and Newitt Edwards in Surrey County on September 14, 1745, and sold 20 acres of it on March 18th of 1748. Again, in brackets are your sources. And then it says on the 11th of October, 1757, he purchased 400 acres in Brunswick County on Nippens Creek, adjoining Benjamin Harrison, from William Macklin, and he and his wife Susanna sold this land to Edward Robinson on March 27, 1765. Okay, so let's go ahead and skip to our next Tan family member. So next we have John Tan. So John Tan, born, say, 1730, sued Chamber Humphreys in Surrey County Court for the death of 2.12 pounds on February 26, 1754. He and his wife, Susanna of Southampton County, sold 400 acres in Brunswick County, Virginia, on both sides of Little Creek, which he had purchased by deed, recorded in the General Court on October 11, 1757. So again, like I say in every video, pay attention to the names, obviously, the amount of land these people are receiving, locations, and the dates. Okay, let's go ahead and skip forward some. And so next we have the second, Anthony Tan, born, say, 1734, was a free mulatto, taxable in Colton, St. Bartholomew's Parish, South Carolina, in 1786. Again, here in brackets, you can see the source. He purchased land by lease and released and release recorded in South Carolina between 1800 and 1801. Again, here in brackets, your source, and was head of a St. James Goose Creek household of 5 whites in 1800. He and his wife Margaret sold 100 acres in St. James Goose Creek Parish, Charleston District on October 21st, 1801. Okay. And let's move on to our next information. And I believe this is still, oh no, this is Benjamin Tan. Okay, so let's see what's going on with him. He was taxed on 260 acres, a horse, and 4 cattle in Captain Branch's district of Nash County in 1782. All right, again, here is your sources in the brackets. All right, let's move on. And let's see here. This is still, let me see here. No. Let's keep going. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is still Benjamin Tan. And let's read on. It says on October 15, 1787, he purchased 200 acres on the south side of the Tar River on Cooper's Creek in Nash County. He was head of a Nash County household of 5 other free in 1790 and 8 in 1800. He sold 10 acres of his land to his neighbor and executor of his will, Jesse Booth, on February 10th, 1804. All right, so let's move on to our next. Okay, so this time we have Ephraim Tan. This is a private and baker's company enlisted on July 20th, 1778 for 9 months. He was deceased before March 8, 1785, when his heirs received 640 acres for 84 months of service in the North Carolina Continental Line. All right, again, here in brackets is going to be where you can find the source for this information. Okay. Let's jump to our next person. All right, so next we looks like we have James Tan. And let's see what it says here. James, a soldier who died in the service in Philadelphia during the Revolutionary War. He enlisted on July 20th, 1778, was listed in the roster of Quinn's North Carolina Company, and omitted in 1779. All right, again, here in brackets, this is where you can find this information. It can also be found on Fold 3. It says Jesse Booth, executor of Benjamin Tan's Nash County will, deposed in Nash County on June 20th, 1821, that James' rightful heirs was Hannah Tan, daughter of his brother Jesse Tan. She received a land warrant for 640 acres for her uncle's service. All right, skip it to the next one. Next we have, go back up for just a second. Next we have Joseph Tan. He died before 1782 when his heirs received 640 acres for his 84 months of service in the Revolution. Again, here in brackets is the where you can find the source for this information. All right, so next let's go down to Jacob Tan. It says he sold 30 acres, adjoining Ethelred, Edwards, and William Allen in Surrey County, Virginia on July 19, 1777. All right, let's skip down some. Next we got Thomas Tan. And make sure we're still with the Tan family. Yeah. Okay, so we got Thomas Tan. It says he was taxable on his father's 70 acres in Surrey County in 1795. All right, that's Thomas. Our next person is going to be, I believe we're still in the Tan family, but let me just verify here. Yeah. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Here we go. Okay, so Hamilton Tan, born about 1803, taxed in 1819 as a free mulatto, over 16 years old in Southampton County, Virginia. And I'm going to skip down here. It says on the 21st of November, 1831, he, called a free Negro, and his wife, Jency Tan, sold 160 acres adjoining Seacock Swamp in Southampton County for $150. All right, let's skip here. And now we are on to, looks like the Thomas family, I believe. Yes. So we're back to the Thomas family here. So previous information we just covered was the Tan family. This is going to be the Thomas family. All right, so let's go down back to where we were. Okay, so this is Spencer Thomas, and let's see what it says about him. He was taxable in Northumberland County from 1787 to 1812, taxable on a slave from 1788 to 1798, listed as a black taxable from 1806 to 1812, taxable on 2 free males from 1809 to 1811, in the list of free Negroes and mulattoes in 1813, with 3 females over the age of 16. On August 30th, 1793, he purchased 25 acres in St. Stephen's Parish, Northumberland County, for £12. All right, so let's move on and see who this is. This is Spencer Thomas. Okay, same person. All right, it says he was a free mulatto, head of a Northumberland County household of 7 other free in 1810. 6 free colored in 1820. He owned 50 acres in Northumberland County when he died. All right. Okay, so next we have Abraham Thomas, and then it says alias Cumbo. All right, so let's see what it says about him. He was called Abraham Cumbo, was taxable on 30 acres in Charles City County from 1794 to 1801, and here in brackets the land list, tax list source that you can look up. He purchased 20 acres in Charles City County on the dividing line between the land of William Brown and John Brown from William Brown for £30 on July 17, 1800, and he and his wife Mary sold 30 acres of land called Curabunga. On November 21st, 1801, he purchased 41.5 acres from William Brown for £65 on February 20th, 1806. And he made a deed of trust for 50 acres on April 23rd, 1811. He purchased 40 acres for $240 in July of 1816, and he and his wife Mary sold 40 acres to George Jones for $259. On November 6, 1816, he and his wife Mary made a deed of trust for a tract of 40 acres, a tract of 35 1/3 acres. Then it says a mare, 7 cattle, and 2 feather beds on May 15, 1818 to secure debt they owed Edward B. Colgan. All right. Let's move on past all this. And let's see here. Okay, so now we have William Thomas. So let's read about his land. He made a deed of trust for $140, bounded by land of Peter Cruz and the road leading to Westover on December 29, 1818, to secure a debt of $150 he owed Samuel Ladd. He and his wife, Lizzie, made a deed of trust for 50 acres adjoining Peter Cruz and the road leading to the Long Bridges to Westover on June 15, 1820. All right. Okay, so next we have William Thomas. It says born, say, 1785, was taxable in Charles City County in 1802, called William Jr., a mulatto, taxable in 1813 and 1814. and head of a Charles City County household of 7 free colored in 1820. He purchased 50 acres in Charles City County adjoining Abraham Benford's, Benjamin Harrison's, and Heron Creek for $200 on June 15, 1820. All right, we're going to skip down here. It says he left his land to his wife Elizabeth, and after her death, left his mill pond tract of 50 acres to his son William, on condition he pay $40 to his daughter Susan Miles. Left his daughter Judith 50 acres on the east side of Heron Creek, and named his wife Elizabeth and son William executors. All right, then we got a Charles City County Chancery suit, gives more detail on the family history. William's daughter Judith Bradby sued his daughter Susanna Miles over 50 acres, which was said to have been sold to William Thomas by Oliver Ladd. All right. Okay, so we have a North Carolina family of the Thomas family. Okay, so it says James Thomas, born say 1755, was taxable in Currituck County in 1779 and called James Thomas Negro by Peter Padrick Sr. in the November 3rd, 1785 deed by which he sold him 17 acres in Currituck County near North River for 30 pounds. All right, we're going to skip down here. It says he called himself James Thomas Free Negro when he sold 2 1/4 acres of land on Powell's Point in Currituck County to Richard Doe Sr. for 14 pounds on June 25th, 1801. All right, so skip here. And now we're going to see here. So it looks like we are past the Thomas family and we're into the Tony family. Yes. Okay. Let's jump down here. Go up one. Okay. So this is going to be John Tony. Let's read. He mortgaged 180 acres, 4 horses, and 10 head of cattle for $104 by a Halifax County deed on July 21st, 1814. All right, we're going to skip ahead a little bit here. Here we go. Okay, his heirs purchased 370 acres of a 640-acre tract in Shelby County, Tennessee, on the shoals of the Mississippi River in President's Island for $50 on November 13, 1826, in exchange this 640-acre tract in Shelby County for 315 acres in Halifax County, adjoining the land of William E. Shine on April 12, 1828. All right. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. Okay, so now we are to Kitchen Tony. This is born about 1775, head of a Halifax County household of 8 free colored in 1820 and 9 in 1830. He owned land in Halifax County on November 30th, 1848, when John Tony purchased 4 acres adjoining his property. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead. So next we are to the Tudor family. All right, so it says Ethelred Tudor, born say 1765, entered 100 acres on Buck Pond in Robeson County near the Kersey family on January 20th, 1789. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead. So now we are to the Turner family. All right, so Moses Turner. Moses born say 1750, a mulatto taxable in Bladen County in 1772. Household of 7 other free and a slave in 1790, and taxable in Richmond County on 100 acres in 1790. All right, let's go ahead and skip to our next person. So next we have James Turner. It says he recorded a plat for 300 acres in Craven County, South Carolina, near the Saluda River on November 25th, 1766, and 200 acres in Craven County, near Rocky River, on March 16, 1766. All right. All right, our next person is going to be Prominius Turner. He and his wife, Lucy, sold 60 acres formerly belonging to Solomon Campbell for $50 silver by deed registered in Currituck County on April 11, 1805. Let's get down here. On October 6, 1808, he purchased 30 acres in Norfolk County in St. Bridget's Parish at the mouth of a branch in the upper Indian Creek adjoining James Old in the Northwest River for $30. All right. Okay, next we got John Turner. Says he was granted 100 acres in Craven County near the Saluda River on June 16, 1768, and he recorded a plat for 150 acres in Georgetown District on Catfish Creek on November 10th, 1784. Okay, again, like I keep telling you guys, you'll see this throughout the readings, and these brackets here are going to be your sources. All right. So next we have Amy Turner, head of a Marlborough County, South Carolina household of 9 other free in 1800. And then it says on December 28, 1790, she purchased 100 acres on the south side of the Little Petey River in Marion County for £5. All right. Okay, so who do we have next here? So it looks like we've gone to the Tyler family, Tyler. So I'll just go up to the top here real quick. Tyler family. All right, scroll back down here. Okay, so this is going to be Bartlett Tyler. All right, so he was granted 560 acres in Granville County on the Tar River at the mouth of Fishing Creek, and 138 acres on the Tar River adjoining Snelling on October 8, 1783, and was taxed on an assessment of £2,210 in 1780 and 600 acres on one pole in 1785. It says perhaps his wife was Sarah Anderson, called Sarah Tyler. In the May 1785 will of her father, Lewis Anderson, Bartlett sold 325 acres by deed proved in a Granville County court on November 8, 1786, and he proved the deed from Hugh Snelling to Samuel Jones on November 10, 1786. All right. Skip all these. All right, so this is going to be, looks like Bartlett Tyler. Okay. It says Bartlett was head of a household of 6 free males, 5 free females, and 1 female slave in 1786 state census. He was taxed on 338 acres and 1 pole in Fishing Creek district of Granville County in 1796. All right, so let's move on. Okay. See who we have here. I think we are to a new family, so this is going to be the Tyner family. All right, Tyner or Tiner. Tyner or Tenor. All right, so our first person here is going to be ASA Tyner. So it says Asa and his wife, Kuza, sold 700 acres adjoining William Chavis, deceased, on the county line between Granville and Butte counties on August 11, 1777. All right, let's jump down. And Yeah, we're still in the Tyners. Okay. So it says John, born, say 1767, purchased 50 acres on Fishing Creek in Granville County from Nathan Bass for 7.10 pounds on April 16, 1796, with Hugh Snelling as witness. It was taxed on 50 acres and 1 pole in Fishing Creek District from 1796 to 1808. All right, let's move on. Next we have, let's see here. Okay, looks like we're still with the Tyner family. So next we've hit Jonathan, and then after we do the Tyner family, we'll probably go ahead and stop. Okay, so let's skip down here to where this starts to talk about this. Okay, so Jonathan was taxable on 100 acres of 1 pole in Fishing Creek District from 1801 to 1807. Then it says, and head of a Stokes County household of 2 free colored in 1820. He purchased 50 acres in Stokes County on Oldfield Creek for $150 on December 1st, 1817. 91 acres on Bellows Creek for $220 on December 16th, 1817, and 100 acres at the head of Lick Creek for $140 on April 13th, 1822. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. All right, so looks like we've come to, just checking here, a new family possibly. Saw the name Tyree there, so I believe, yeah, so the Tyree family would be the next family, but we're going to go ahead and stop here. So again, we covered quite a few families, and you're starting to see that in the, early, mid, late 1700s into the 1800s, you see all the purchasing of land, you see the selling of land. So again, that's why I'm stressing the dates are very important for you to see the real story of our people. Remember the names as well and the location. So this section that we're covering is Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So that's going to be where most of the land purchasing and selling is taking place. So again, just pay attention to those details. And I'd like to thank you again for coming out and checking out the video. Again, this is Genealogy 101 with the Autonomous Party, uncovering your roots. And I am your host, Opemiha, and we'll see you again on the next video. Take care.